Hello everybody and welcome to Pigknit. If you're not familiar with my channel, nice to meet you. My name is Jessie. I don't always do Pokemon videos. My channel usually consists of drawing videos in general with random rambly nonsense voiceovers. This voiceover is going to be more of one of my normal ones because, quite frankly, I've run out of Pokemon things to say. I don't have a lot left to say about it, you know? I'm starting to get into generations that I have no idea who any of these are. I recognize maybe a tiny handful every once in a while, and I think I've covered the majority of topics that I feel like I can cover with Pokemon, other than the fact that I wonder if they're ever going to stop making Pokemon, like new ones. Do you remember when you used to be able to catch them all? Do you remember when it was just the first generation and you could feasibly collect them all? I kind of feel like they lost some of the fun when they introduced all of these new ones. Half of this drawing I actually did during a live stream on Twitch. For those of you that don't know already, I do have a Twitch channel. It's Pigknit. Everything that I do on social media and everything, you can find me by searching Pigknit. That maybe slowed me down a little bit, but it also encouraged me to get this done. Like, I feel like this entire time I was racing against my camera battery because it dies so often. So this overall took me, I think, about 3.5 hours to do. So that's why it's sped up so fast. If I were literally to have it be at speed so you could follow along and draw along, you'd be sitting there for almost 4 hours, so I don't know if anybody wants to do that. So if you're really only interested in hearing me talk about Pokemon, now would probably be the time to hit the mute button. If you've listened this far and you're not interested, there's that wonderful thing called the mute button that you can press at any time. So you might want to press it now. Okay. So if you're still here, it's because you're either interested in rambly nonsense, or you're one of my fellow subscribers and you're here because you're not just here for Pokemon videos, huh? So I want to talk about what's been going through my mind lately. I talked about this during my live stream. For like literally 1 to 2 of you, this will be repeated. That's just probably you, Noonie. Noonie is one of my only audience members on my streams, and she's my moderator. So hi, Noonie. I feel like this fall, it's pretty much started since the end of summer, but it's definitely just been fall in general. Like, I can't believe it's already mid-October. Like, it's blowing my mind because this fall has just been a complete blur. And the reason why for me is because I feel like I've been processing things in my head this entire time. I don't know if it's because of the season change. I have no idea, but basically, you know when you're like thinking about stuff and you don't even realize that you're so lost in your thoughts? You know, say if you're driving, you don't remember how you got home. You don't really remember anything about the ride home. I used to do this in school all the time. You're sitting and listening to like the teacher talk and you realize you have no idea what they're talking about because you've been staring at them and looking like you're thinking and listening, but you're not. You're busy in your head. Basically, that's what I've been doing all fall. I feel like I've been stuck in my own thoughts, and I like being in my own thoughts. I don't even know what I'm processing necessarily, but I feel like I'm, I don't know, going through like a shift or something, like, and I need to think about it. I don't even know what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about a lot of things, but I'm just stuck in my head, and it's like, that's how it's been this whole fall. So because I've been stuck in my head this whole time, I've noticed that when I'm having a conversation with somebody and they're trying to like tell me something, I'm not all there. I'm not listening very well, and I'm not reaching out to people necessarily as much as I would normally do because so much of my time and energy is being taken up by my own thoughts in my own head. And I also realized that when I do talk to people, I feel like I can't reach people. Like, I feel like if I send a text message, I don't hear back from them for days. And I feel like YouTube in general has been not performing the way that it normally would. And I was thinking to myself, maybe the reason why is because everyone else is doing this too. Maybe we're all just lost in our own thoughts, or maybe it's just me. So my question is, how have you been this fall? Is this just a seasonal thing, or is this just me? Have you been processing things in your mind a lot more than normal lately? Because I just thought, like, maybe it makes sense. You know, I haven't been watching as many videos. I haven't been responding to things online that I see. I haven't been very good about reaching out to friends because I've been in my own thoughts, and I'm like, maybe that's just what's going on right now. Maybe everybody's doing this, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. But let me know in the comment section below. Is your fall going crazy too, or am I just sounding crazy? I feel like I have been losing motivation to do a lot of things this fall, and it's just because I'm just so busy in my mind. So honestly, right now in this current time, I have no idea what I'm going to do next week for my video. If you have any ideas for what you'd like to see, let me know in the comment section below, because that might help me get things going. This processing thing that I've been talking about is also the reason why I have been so terrible at streaming. When I started streaming, I was really good about it. I was streaming like a couple times a week, and then I just fell off and didn't stream for like, I don't know, at least a month, I'd say. And it's because I'm stuck in my head. I'm processing right now. Forcing myself to do a stream while I did this was helpful, in my opinion, because I really want to get back into it. What I might do is actually just, if I'm working on something that day and it's something that could be streamed and it's not super important, I might stream it, because I think I just want to get used to having people stare at me while I work and, you know, having the chat there and stuff. Because I think that's part of the thing, is like I just got to get used to it. And I do intend to stream on YouTube at some point. But basically, I'm just trying to get a feel for it right now. I'm trying to get used to it. I want to get comfortable, and I know that on Twitch, I only have a handful of people watching at any given time. But if I went on YouTube, it gets more intimidating. But today, as I do this voiceover, is October 18th, which is my wedding anniversary. So it's 4 years with my husband, Justin. Basically what we're doing for our wedding anniversary is we're going to a restaurant called Chef's, and it's a really well-known restaurant in Buffalo. It's an Italian restaurant, and their like thing that they do is called spaghetti parm, where if you can imagine like chicken parmesan and they cover the chicken in a layer of cheese, this is like a plate of spaghetti and they cover the entire plate of spaghetti in a sheet of cheese. And I feel like that's such a Buffalo thing to do, to take a normal food and then do something to it to make it like twice as good tasting, but also twice as bad for you. I feel like that's how Buffalo works. So we're going there, we're gonna get the spaghetti parm, then we're gonna go to Michael's to browse their art supplies, and I might look into a set of inks, because I've been interested in that. Ever since I started watercoloring, I've been seeing inks too, and I didn't realize that was a thing people used, so I'm kind of interested in trying it out. I don't know. We'll see. It kind of depends on the pricing. And then we're gonna grab a bottle of champagne and come home and eat cheesecake like the Golden Girls. Those are my hot plans for tonight. But if you've made it this far in this video, let me know which of these Pokemon was your favorite. Let me know which one's your favorite from Generation 5. And let me know what your fall has been like. Have you been processing things in your mind like me, or am I just going crazy? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Oh, and if you have any ideas for a YouTube video for next week. But thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next week.